where I read a bunch of Reddit stories. I give my unsolicited advice, a little bit of opinion, a haha kiki moment. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's go ahead and get into it. So the subreddit is, am I the asshole? The post is, am I the asshole for supporting my ex-husband to sue my current husband for using my son's emergency fund money for his golfing trip? I don't even need to read the rest. Hell no. But we can get into it. So I'm 35 female, son 13, passed away from cancer 3 months ago. It was so devastating to me and his dad, my ex-husband, and grief has been tense in those months. We were left with an emergency fund my ex-husband and I saved for our own son. Recently, I discovered that my current husband, 34 male, used it to go on a golfing trip in another country that he just returned from. I found out via checking financial records, and I blew up at him and asked why he used my son's money to go on a trip while I was grieving. Baby, it could be years down the road, and what your husband did still wouldn't be okay. That was money that you and your ex-husband put in to an account for your child. He had no business touching that money because number one, he didn't contribute, which that's a red flag to me anyways, because if he married you, he's marrying into the family. Your son becomes his son, so he should be doing whatever he can do to help support you and the child. All three of you guys should be on one accord, period. So the fact that he felt so comfortable touching that money that he didn't even contribute, that's weird to me. And also the fact that he didn't help contribute, that's weird to me. So no, like, whether you were grieving, whether it's 3 years down the road, absolutely not. He shouldn't have touched that money. He said he needed support too, and to lift some weight off his chest after I kept pushing him to the side and ignoring him. Your child just passed away. How am I supposed to be there for you right now? She said 3 months ago. How am I supposed to be there for you right now if my child just passed away? Someone that I just gave life to. 13 years old. He's selfish. Bye. Anyways. But I was still, and I am grieving and needed space. He wasn't the one who lost a child, despite him being the step-parent. My husband made it clear he never felt any connection to my son, basically blaming his medical condition for not having a chance to bond. And he's full of excuses. I'm sorry, how do you say this? Like, you've already admitted that you never felt a special connection with the child. See, this is exactly what I was saying earlier. Like, I found that to be a red flag. She just confirmed it. He didn't have a bond with the child. And the fact that he's using his medical condition as an excuse as to why they didn't have a close relationship, foolish. And again, you didn't have a relationship with him. He didn't care. He didn't care about that kid. He didn't care. And he's showing that. Everything that he's doing, he's showing that he didn't care about that kid by using that money that he had no parts of, by not helping with the funds for the child, by going overseas for a damn golf trip. What the hell is overseas? You couldn't go to the park? Bye. We had a huge argument and my ex-husband heard and was so mad. He confronted my husband, calling him an unhinged opportunist, and said he was going to sue him for taking the money after assessing it through me. I told my ex-husband to go ahead and sue him, and my husband was shocked that I agreed and condoned the mistreatment from my ex-husband towards him. He asked to tell me, my ex, to step down, but I said no. He lashed out, saying he too was and is grieving, and that my ex and I are ganging up on him with complete disregard for his overwhelming grief and sorrow. We haven't spoken since that argument, and things keep getting worse, with him texting about how I should stand with him as my husband instead of encouraging my ex to take his anger out on him like that. Baby, I'm ready to sign those papers. Bad situations are a blessing in a disguise. It's unfortunate that her son passed away. It really is. But honestly, if she didn't see that her husband was not shit while she was married to that man, I hope that she sees how much he is not shit after this whole situation. Because there's too many things. It's like, it's right there in your face. This man is constantly showing you why he is not a good man. He feels as though that your ex-husband, is wrongfully mistreating him, pursuing him. And he wants you, his wife, to support him on the foolishness that he did. Why the hell did he have to go overseas to go to a freaking golf trip? Why the hell could he not have been there? I understand, like, you said you were pushing him away, or that you needed space. You needed space. How come he couldn't be there for you? Because you're right, you were the one that lost the child. He didn't do that. Instead, he has to go overseas on a freaking golf trip. Let's make this make sense. What the hell is overseas? No. I would sue him and I would divorce him. Period. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. So this is a new subreddit. The subreddit is legal advice. The post is, my ex-fiance is threatening to sue me for ownership of a ring that has been in my family for generations, saying that it automatically goes to the man. Is this true, Alabama? Is this true? Over my dead body. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. I recently broke off an engagement due to my ex being a cheating whore. The ring I wore during the engagement was an heirloom willed to me by my late grandmother. It is traditional in my family that this ring is passed to the eldest daughter, and my mother had been keeping it safe for me until I found the one. My ex knew this and asked for it when he asked for my mother's permission to propose. She gave it to him, and he had possession of it less than 24 hours before he proposed. Now that we've broken up, he's demanding that I give him the ring back. He's insistent that the Alabama law makes it illegal for me to keep the ring. He's a bum. So you're telling me you cheated on me. You proposed to me with a family heirloom. And now that I found out that you're a lying whore, you want to take the ring back that you didn't even pay for, that has nothing to do with you. He is a bum. He is a bum. Oh my God. So getting back into it, that in the event that an engagement ends, the ring must be returned to the man. Period. I looked into it, and all I can find is that the ring belongs to whomever paid for it. And baby, you didn't pay for it. You didn't pay for it. When I told him this, he told me that I don't have any claim on the ring since I didn't purchase it. It was only willed it. I was only willed it. And the fact that it was willed to me is irrelevant since my mother gave it to him. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. She is a narcissistic asshole. This whole post makes me sick. It's already bad enough that you cheated on me. Now you're telling me that the ring that was willed to me by my grandmother, my family, has nothing to do with you. You didn't pay a cent to it. All you had to do was get down on one knee and propose to me. Now you're telling me that the state of Alabama says that I have to give the ring to you? That is a sick individual. Sick. The fact that they're still in communication. Babe, if I still have the ring, which I'm sure she does because he proposed, I'm blocking you. We don't need to have any more conversations about this ring. The hell, I would not be sitting up there staying late up at night thinking about, oh my gosh, do I have to give this ring back to this man that didn't pay for it? Hell no. Hell no. Oh, he would have found the right one that day. Anyways, demanding that I return the ring and any information I have about the insurance policy on it. It's extremely old and much more valuable than your average K jeweler's piece. He says that if I don't return the ring by Monday, he'll sue me for it, or it's, for its value in court. Baby, sue me. Sue me, babe. Can he seriously do this? This ring has been in my family since the 19th century. Does he really own it simply because he's a male? It sat in his pocket for less than a day. With the fact that my mother was only storing it for me to keep it safe, maintain the surprise of the engagement mattered. It wasn't hers to give it away. To be honest, I really don't even have any commentary. He's a bum. Narcissistic. Definitely gaslighting her. Like, he's one of those people, like, he wants to kick you when you're already down and drag this out. I would not waste a bit of sleep over a man hell no. I wouldn't waste a wink of sleep messing with this man. The way he would have been blocked, baby, you would have to come and find me for this ring before I ever gave it to you. It's so sick to me that he feels as though because he had this ring for less than 24 hours that he deserves it and wants to know the value of it. Baby, you bum. You probably couldn't even afford the ring. The last story that we're going to close out. The subreddit is relationships. The post is, I overheard my husband calling me ugly. Let's get into it. I am an unattractive woman, objectively. I've always been this way, and while I have accustomed myself to it, nonetheless remains a daily fact that being an ugly woman sucks. I met my husband 4 years ago, and he is the greatest thing that has ever happened to me. He has always and frequently told me that I am beautiful and somehow sounded honest, without sounding like my mother, like someone without another option to answer. Last night, Saturday, he had a group of friends over to our home. They meet several times a month to hang out, catch up, and play games. He has known most of these guys since high school. I was upstairs in the kitchen preparing the drinks and snacks and I was able to hear them in the basement and began to eavesdrop, which I know was rude, but it really wasn't intentional. I realized they were talking about me. A couple of guys were teasing my husband about me, specifically about my looks. I could tell it was supposed to be funny. It was not. There was the point where one of them referred to me as a troll, and my husband blew up, started shouting, "Listen, shut the hell up. I know that the person's name is ugly." Oh my so sorry. I should not have laughed. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's so bad. I'm sorry. I know someone in the comments is going to be like, why are you laughing? Babe, I laugh when I am shocked. This is shock value. This is shock value, okay? Okay. Because number one, it started off strong. I'm thinking, okay, like what's the problem here? Husband was defending you. He defended you, and then, it went from 0 to 100 real quick. Like, can you imagine you're sitting there, you're eavesdropping, which I understand, like, if you're in earshot, you're obviously going to hear shit, even if you're not trying to hear shit. And the fact that all you hear is the fact that this man is saying it loud and proud. Listen, shut up. I know my wife is ugly. Oh, I would die. Oh, Lord Jesus, take me out. I would die so bad. I would die so badly. Because no. How are you going to say that loudly? And with a little to it. Like, getting back into it. He goes, she makes me happy. And then he says, does your bimbo of the week do that, Jim? Dave, how long has it been since we've hung out? And you haven't even complained about your wife. No real names. Or the person said no real names. He went on for a while defending me, but all I could hear was, I know she's ugly. I know she's ugly. I know she's ugly, again and again in my head. It just broke me. I don't know why. I've always known I'm unattractive, but he isn't supposed to. Aww. He tells me I'm beautifully so sincerely and consistently. I started to actually believe he thought that. Okay. Oh, damn. That's all. Damn. Honestly, the way I feel like he's saying is because have you ever been in a relationship with someone where before you even got into a relationship, you're like, this person isn't pleasing to the eye, right? But then you fall in love with them. The more you get to hang out with them, you fall in love for who they are as a person. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I have dated some people where I physically did not find them attractive, but over time, I'm like, damn, like, they have a good heart. You know? And I feel like that's where her husband's at. Like, objectively, she is beautiful to him within the soul. He messed up by saying it. I get what she's saying, like, you weren't supposed to say that out loud. I definitely get that. But honestly speaking, though, I truly believe that he does find her beautiful just for her being her as a person, like, she's beautiful. But damn. Wrong place, wrong time. Like, why the hell would you say that in the house where your wife is like upstairs trying to, oh my God, oh, I'll be sick. Oh, I'm sick thinking about it. Ooh. I started to cry and ran into the shower so no one could hear me. When I came out an hour later, everyone had gone home for earlier than normal. I went to bed and then haven't spoke to him all day today. But I think I've been able to avoid letting him know that I'm upset or avoiding him. I know rationally that what he said was true and sweet, and that I sound to be happy he loves me and not my body, but it doesn't seem to matter. I just want to be pretty. God, I feel so shallow. I've been crying all day. What do I say to him? Part of me wants to call him a liar, to scream and yell and cry, while the other part just wants to run away and never have to talk to him again. And acknowledge that even the greatest man I will ever meet can't find me attractive. Honestly speaking, I think she should tell her husband how she feels. Let him know, hey, like this really hurt my feelings. But then the other half is like, you know what? I truly believe that he does love her and looks past her looks. I know that's not what she wants to hear, but I honestly truly believe that he loved her. He did. It was foul on the play at the simple fact that he said that with his chest in the house defending his wife. A backhanded compliment. Like, yeah, you know, my wife makes me happy. Yeah, I know she's ugly. Like, ooh. So she does do an update. She goes, after we were both home from work, I told him I needed to talk. I told him I overheard him and his friends, and he immediately started to apologize for them, saying that they were jerks and assholes, and that I should have told him I'd heard. I had to stop him to let me get a word in and tell him it wasn't his friends so much as what he said. When I told him what he said, the whole tone changed. I could tell he wasn't expecting to be blamed. I had the whole conversation planned out. I wanted to explain how he made me feel, how I thought he really was attracted to me, and how betrayed it made me feel to hear him that behind my back, that's how he felt. But I just started to cry and couldn't really communicate what I wanted to say very well. He was awesome though, and he just held me, and then after a minute started to speak like he was reading right out of the nicest comments in the original thread, telling me he was just angry and didn't speak very well. That he really does find me attractive even if the world doesn't and his friends don't. That's good. I calmed down pretty quickly. I basically cried myself out the day before. He told me he took me to his computer and showed me an email he sent to all of his friends on Sunday. I wish I could copy paste it now, but he basically called his friends buttholes and said they crossed the line from good-natured trash talk to just being assholes, and then continued going far beyond. He said that for the time indefinite, they have to find another host. We're no longer welcome to my home. He actually said my name's home, like the person's name's home. I thought that it would make it sound like I was ordering him around being a punk, but he just wanted to empathize how wrong what they were doing was. Seeing him stand up for me again made me happy, especially seeing me do it without talking bad about me, helping me believe it really was just the heat of the moment, bad choice of words. He told me to wait in the room and left. Coming back with the folder, he said he was going to give me this for Christmas, but that he'd give me something early. I tried to say no, but he insisted. It was a plane ticket and brochure. He set up a trip in early January to the spa hotel resort thing in British Columbia. It's pretty amazing. But I realized that it had been several $1,000s he spent. We budget pretty thoroughly. He shouldn't have been able to spend that without me noticing. I asked where he got the money, and he said he'd been planning this for more than a year and saving all the money assigned to his weekly spending money and collecting where I wouldn't notice change from groceries, etc. Aww. When I say sometimes I'm not sure I deserve him, I understand that I'm not having a crisis. I need help dealing with it. He's just really awesome. He's taking me out to dinner, so I have to go, but I'll be back again tonight. Oh, I love that. I love that she was able to communicate with him. I love that they were able to get some ground rules going. I love that he not just talked the talk, like he walked the walk, like he went in and showed action of how much he really does love his wife. Like I said, I really truly, he loves her. Like he loves her as a person. And honestly, I think that's the best thing, you know, because looks can fade. Looks can honestly fade. But who you are as a person, that's forever. So I'm glad he was able to really step up and show his wife like, hey, this is what I'm willing to do for you. I love that.